Hello everyone, my name is Prima, and welcome back to this series, where I try to create a believable and cohesive ecosystem out of the Kanto region. So far there have been 7 episodes, there have been 7 episodes so far. But anyway, yeah, I recommend checking those out before diving into this one, because just like an ecosystem, this whole series is connected. The last episode was about the Seafoam Islands, but since there's still so much life in the Seafoam Islands and around it, this is basically part 2 of that. The Dugong line was mentioned as being prey to other Pokemon, but who exactly hunts Dugong? Well, probably more than one Pokemon line, but this time I'm going to be talking about a Pokemon line that is extremely common in the region, but is actually kind of a pain to evolve. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about freaking Gyarados! Ah yes, Gyarados. A most ferocious and dangerous Pokemon that dominates the entire water system of the Kanto region along with the Seafoam Islands. Although I'm sure that's not really much of a surprise. But before we get to Gyarados, we naturally have to start at where it all begins. And that is, of course, well, Magikarp. Magikarp's actually an interesting Pokemon. Despite the oh so many dex entries just talking about how weak it is, some of them tell very interesting information. Like, if they're so weak, why are there so many? Well, because they lay many eggs. These Pokemon are extremely fertile. Sure, a lot of them die, but before you can finish off the last one, it'll lay like 1 trillion eggs or something and boom, you're right back at the start. This actually makes sense too, because Gyarados don't appear to be as common in the wild, meaning that only the strongest of Magikarp will evolve into a Gyarados. These Pokemon have extremely strong natural selection, with most of them dying off, but then some will evolve to become freaking apex predators. If that's not cool, then I don't know what is. Lore-wise, it also makes sense because only the strongest Magikarp, aka the one who splashes the most, aka the one who splashes the highest, aka the one who splashes over the Dragon Gate to become a Gyarados. It's just poetic, really. Chef's kiss. Mwah. Magikarp didn't used to be this weak though. In the past it was a lot stronger. So what could have happened? Well, my theory is that in the past they were stronger and didn't evolve into Gyarados back then, nor did they reproduce this much. But then something changed. I'm not sure what, but something forced them to evolve into a Gyarados and focus a lot of energy into laying a bunch of eggs, to which only the strongest of those would evolve into Gyarados. This likely could have been because of an intensely strong predator Pokemon back in the day, which was just feeding on too much Magikarp, so Magikarp responded with much larger reproduction numbers. Then, through natural selection, the most skilled would survive this predator, whilst the others got eaten. And then it would evolve into a Gyarados and then be strong enough to deal with the predator. I can't really guess on which Pokemon it possibly could have been, probably something that's extinct now, so if anyone has any idea, I'd love to know. But yeah, Gyarados won, and it is now the apex itself because of its extremely successful evolution and reproduction methods. Next time you want to call Magikarp useless, just remember this. Magikarp's just a good Pokemon, feeding many others and keeping the ecosystem in balance. But what does it eat? Well, not meat obviously, so likely just vegetation. That of course changes drastically when a lucky Magikarp transforms into a Gyarados. And Gyarados is freaking scary! Extremely aggressive and prone to anger, this Pokemon will go on rampages and destroy whatever it can find. Its brutality and destructive force is no joke, being able to destroy cities, and once it's on a rampage, it won't stop for a while, so get out of there when you see one. You know, I was a bit curious. Why is Gyarados going out of its way to destroy cities? It likely doesn't get any food from there, at least not as much as in the ocean, but then I thought, wait a second, of course it's doing that to seize territory. Like, do you really think that this Pokemon will cooperate with others? It doesn't strike me as a social creature. No. Instead, it destroys whatever it doesn't like, through using its devastatingly powerful Hyper Beam. Cities are just in the way. They are but a nuisance, a place to guard and rule over for this territorial monster. It's so powerful in fact that it was even used as a weapon in wars. I mean, yeah, why would you need a tank or a plane when you can just have a giant serpent spitting destruction beams left and right? When not hunting for food, because, let's be real, it can easily kill a bunch of prey altogether super quickly with a Hyper Beam, it rules over its own place, which I'm certain it spends more time doing than hunting, because hunting doesn't seem like an issue at all for this Pokemon. Which Pokemon that shares its habitat with Gyarados is even strong enough to beat it? Well, nothing. That's why it's an apex predator. And that's also why there's not too many Gyarados around. Because if there would be too many Gyarados, yeah, the ecosystem would kind of collapse. So again, it's that amazing method of reproduction and evolution coming back into play. And I just really love it. Like, it makes so much sense to me, and I adore it completely. Though, I think that there's one Pokemon line out there that also lives in the waters, and of course the Seafoam Islands, that has a chance of, well, not winning against Gyarados, but surviving an encounter with it. I'm talking about the Tentacool line. Every trainer has encountered these Pokemon many times throughout their surfing adventures. And now I'll go over why I think that these Pokemon have a chance of surviving an encounter with Gyarados. Firstly, I'll get my information together, and then we'll get to the theory. So let's cover these weird cephalopod jellyfish Pokemon. The main reason I bring up these Pokemon is because of their poisonous and venomous capabilities, being able to defend themselves with poison and hunt with venom. Even small little Tentacool are dangerous to the touch. Don't underestimate it. It may seem harmless, but if you see one drifting somewhere, do not touch it. If you do, rush to the hospital immediately. This isn't your regular jellyfish. This Pokemon is an excellent hunter, being able to be unnoticed and blend with the water easily, using its 2 tentacles to ensnare prey before injecting the poor Pokemon with its powerful venom, likely killing it instantly. Because I can't see Tentacool hunting anything that's bigger than it. Perhaps about the same size could be possible, because of the odd beams it can shoot from the red organ above its eyes. So we got venom, poison, and even shooting beams. Those are all certainly cool ways of hunting and defending itself. So if it can't get close enough with its body, it can shoot beams instead. These beams are interesting in particular though, since they can pretty much be charged by absorbing sunlight. So I can't imagine Tentacool going that deep into the water, and even if that doesn't work, it can make its predators feel confused by letting go of its tentacles, since they can grow back. And the fact that it just drifts around aimlessly also explains its abundance. It doesn't actively hunt prey. If it happens to find some, it will eat it, yeah, but it's not necessarily searching for it. This way of transportation isn't always helpful though, obviously, as it's quite common to find these Pokemon on the beach, becoming dehydrated and at the mercy of the beach, likely being a feast for many Pokemon that come along. When it evolves into Tentacruel, it's no longer a simple looking Pokemon, and I doubt that it can easily blend in with the water now. But still, this thing is a beast. It's got 80 tentacles that it uses for catching prey, and these venomous terrors can be stretched like crazy. It can even catch 80 prey items at a time. That's a lot though, buddy. You need to eat like 80 Magikarp? I mean, you'd be good for over a month, possibly, but that seems a little bit excessive. Its hunting strategy pretty much just improved, and it doesn't wander around anymore. Now it waits on the ocean floors, like an ambush predator. So if you see that red orb shining due to excitement, you're probably too late. Even if you're just near it, I'd say you better watch out, especially with that red orb. If you see it glow, get away as soon as possible, as it can unleash an ultrasonic blast to create harsh waves all around it. It also communicates with this orb, though I can imagine mostly for warning signals to other Tentacruel, as again these Pokemon don't seem too social, considering that they are rarer as adults. So why do these two Pokemon have a chance of surviving an encounter with Gyarados? Well, isn't it obvious? They're poisonous, likely not too fun to eat, and then they can also shoot beams from a long distance, and create ultrasonic blasts. Yeah, Gyarados just doesn't think that's worth it, to be honest. Can it still kill them? Oh yeah, but I'd still say that they have a better chance of survival than most other Pokemon, just because of all the traits that they possess. Plus, I think it's pretty obvious that these Pokemon also hunt Magikarp, especially Tentacool, considering it's much more common than its evolution, which also implies that lots of Tentacool get eaten as well. So it could be that their method of reproduction is similar to Gyarados. So yeah, I hope that that made sense. I just randomly thought of this theory while writing this episode, and I was like, yeah, let's put it in. I think it makes sense. You all know me, I love to make really weird theories that just come out of nowhere. But hey, after all, I'm making my own ecosystem here. I'm gonna get creative with it. But if you think that our adventures around the Seafoam Islands are over now, you're wrong. You're wrong. There's still many more dynamics at play that are yet to be discovered. Which dynamics are those? Well, as you guessed it, you'll have to wait until next time. Anyway, what did you think of this episode? You're probably very happy that I finally covered Gyarados. It's a cool Pokemon, And what did you think of my interesting take on Gyarados and Tentacool? Let me know in the comment section down below. In case you're feeling generous, I also have a Patreon, which is in the description down below. It's only $1 a month, but that $1 a month really goes a long way. And if you want to see more of me, I have a Twitch channel. Yeah, if you're interested in that, go check it out. Oh, and last plug, but I also have a Sonic channel. So if you like the blue blur and all, go check it out. All links will be in the description down below, yada yada, all that good stuff. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I got lots of cool stuff on the channel and always more coming soon. A massive thank you to my lecturer and assistant professor patrons, Ty Burns, Gloomba331, Michael Piccirilli, DeltaMajora, and Gwen Joy. More people keep being added and it's awesome, and also I recorded this like a month ago, so sorry that I wasn't there personally to say this, but yes, you all are the best. Thank you again. And with that being said, I hope y'all have a good day, night, or morning, and as always, take care.